You can be conversational if you really, really focus on it. In a few months, definitely, like in my case for Spanish. But it means that you would have to shift everything aside and learn in full time. Or if you take part-time lessons, you have to do more than just going to the lessons. You have to find opportunities to speak the language. To be really fluent will take a few years in the end, but it's not constant learning, but it's constantly trying to move to the next level, finding opportunities to speak, taking lessons, getting yourself out there. And I mean, honestly, I can speak English to you all now, but it also took me several years before I got to that level. In fact, in the beginning I was just afraid to even speak it, even if I could understand. And how fast you learn depends on, okay, how long it takes. It's really like, what objective do you set yourself? Do you want to be indistinguishable from a native speaker? That will take a very, very long time. But do you want to be able to get along, have a meaningful conversation? That's a really different objective, and it can be reached much faster. So, don't beat yourself up if you want to be just intermediate, and that's a goal that you can imagine reaching. Then just go for that. Which languages do you already know? Like I said, for me, German was easy to learn because in its structure it's very similar to Dutch. In fact, if I don't know the German word, I will just say the Dutch word and make it sound German, and usually that it gets understood. And I mean, I've heard Koreans say that Mandarin in its structure is somewhat similar. Writing systems between Japanese and Mandarin are very similar. So all of these things really help. And so for one person it may be a very, very big stretch to learn a language, whereas for another it may be a lot easier because they already have a certain advantage. And a very important factor also is how much time do you have, how driven are you. Children, they say children learn very fast, but they also have a lot of time on their hands. And if you want to have a cookie, you're very driven to find a way how to express that you want that. So that's how children can master a language very fast. And I believe adults can do it too if they have the same kind of focus and drivenness, but for whatever reason you may or may not be able to do that at this point in time. And of course, I won't deny that for some people they have an engineering brain and languages might not work for them as easily as for others. Others have a brain that really easily picks up languages, and that can be an advantage, and a big advantage as well. So everyone can learn, but it will really take longer for one person to the other, and there's nothing to be worried about that in a sense. So my major tip is, if you want to speed up your language learning, make sure that you speak that language not just once or twice a week in your Thai classroom or in your Korean classroom, but that you find opportunities to listen to the language, to speak the language outside of that. I mean, and think of it, why are you learning the language if you're not planning to use it? So if you don't have friends to speak it with, maybe you can see if you can seek out some, or go to events where you meet people that are also interested in this language. That will really speed up your process, because you'll be spending time, even if you're enjoying yourself, but you're spending time exposing yourself to the language.